Good morning, beautiful people in my phone. Welcome to Car Conversations, where we talk all things faith, freedom, football, etc. It's Monday. It's a Monday morning. Top of the morning to you. I pray that you had a restful weekend and that you enjoyed your team's wins, all the conference champions out there. Salute. I heard a word last week that I kind of want to start with this morning, that said, the man of God said, rest is a weapon of warfare. And I thought, okay, let me jot that down. That's a good one right there. Rest is a weapon of warfare. And when I heard that spoken, and you know how I have been saying that over the past few months in particular, in this season of life that I am personally in, rest is of the utmost importance. It's not just important for our physical health. It's not just important for our mental health, but rest is vital to hearing from God. Rest is important to our spiritual growth and development, right? Because we have greater clarity when we're rested, when our minds are rested, when our bodies are rested. We can hear things, we can see things more clearly, and in the natural, absolutely, but as well as in the supernatural, right? In the spiritual realm, things that God is wanting to show us. Whereas if we're tired, fatigued, or too busy, we may clearly miss, because of the chaos and all of the movement, we may miss, what God is really wanting to reveal to us. So when I heard that, I said, yep, I'm gonna go with that. Absolutely. I'm looking at this, how much time I have here, so let me get on into it. So I pray for rest for you even this week. I pray that, as you tackle all of your assignments this week successfully, that even at night as you lay your head down, that you are getting plenty of rest, and that the Lord reveals to you that which He has for you in this particular season as we close out 2024, right? And prepare to cross the threshold into the new year. He's downloading instructions right now, y'all. He's downloading instructions. So clear your plate, clear your calendar, if you can, so that you you won't miss what He's showing you. Conference championship weekend did not disappoint. The SEC championship game, although I saw it in bits and pieces, I saw the end for sure. It was, that was a good win for Georgia. I knew that it would be hard. I said that it's hard to beat the same team twice in the same season. And Kirby did the unthinkable with the backup QB. I don't know. I missed Carson Beck getting hurt. I missed, watching the young guy come in and play. Pardon, I don't even know his name. It starts with an S, maybe. But he did his thing. So the question now remains with Texas, from what I've heard, because again, I've recorded it, but I have not had a chance to watch it. Will Sark do something different with his QB situation? Because if yours is not 100%, will Manning perhaps play from here on out? So they get a bye for the first round. Did they get a bye for the first? No. Texas doesn't have a bye for the first round. Don't they play y'all? I'm sorry, it's Monday morning. I have no idea who Texas plays right now for the first round of the playoff. They don't get a bye? Okay. Drop it in the comments. Somebody put the schedule in the comments. But however long it is, it's probably the whole month of December, just about. Well, this is the second week in December, so they've got 2 to 3 weeks to rest up for sure. What do you think he's going to do at QB? Who's going to start for Texas? That's my question about that. I'll say this about the committee and the selection of the 12 that got in, right? The teams that got in for the playoff. And yes, my team did not make it. Here's what I want to say. And I've said this before, and I've thought about my comments because I want to make sure that I'm not speaking out of emotion, okay? But we need to determine, we as in college football, right? The powers at be of college football need to determine what we're doing in the selection. What we're doing, what's the objective, for the 12-team playoff. Because what it seems to me, when you reward a team for losing its conference championship, it seems like a participation trophy. I'm just saying, to me, it seems like we're giving participation trophies, which I'm not a fan of. I've never been a fan of participation trophies, ever. Not when my kids were playing sports, none of it. I've never been a fan of a participation trophy. We have to learn how to win well, and we have to learn how to take the loss. It's not a loss if you learn the lesson, right? But you have to learn to take the loss well. So I'm praying that my team is learning that hard lesson in this off season, about the 3 losses that they did have. But the whole conversation centers around whether or not, it's worth it to schedule, out of conference teams in which, there's, more on the line. There's more at stake. Are we going to have a cupcake schedule, or are we going to have, are we going to, continue to give you real games to test, the team's ability to perform well. Now, the question is, well, we lost our games were lost in conference. Yeah, they were lost in conference. Our games were lost in conference. Coming off of huge wins and huge games, because the SEC is what the SEC is. Y'all, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And eventually it will be the Big Ten and the SEC. Whatever. I'm thinking about Clemson, which Dabo was there. Dabo was on the 1992 championship team at the University of Alabama when I was there. So but the way that Clemson, they won their conference. Nonetheless, it was the ACC. They won their conference, but not only did they get an automatic bid, and with a final ranking of 13, the loser of the conference got in. It doesn't make sense. So I think that there needs to be, and Coach was so eloquent in his response, Coach Saban was so eloquent in his response and what needs to happen, as far as ironing out the details. I want to see what Greg Sankey's going to do. Because I wouldn't be surprised if after this season, Greg Sankey just pulls the SEC. I'm just, y'all, this is about to really, really, really upset the entire apple cart for how, how college football not only is viewed, but then how it's played. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. I mean, Yes, Boise State is good. We're talking about the Mountain West Conference. We're talking about automatic bids if you win your conference. We're talking about automatic bids if you go undefeated in your conference. All conferences were not created equal. Y'all, we know that. We know that. So that being said, I don't know, what do we get? Like the ReliaQuest Bowl somewhere in Tampa, maybe against Michigan. I think I got that one right. You know, that's where Alabama is going to be. And here's to finishing hopefully 10-3 for his first year as head coach at the University of Alabama, Coach KDB. Here's to hopefully finishing 10-3. Here's to weathering a storm that was completely unexpected. And he came in and he did it with grace. He did it with class and he did it with grace. All of the guys who are going to now enter the portal, I wish them well. And I'm looking forward to the turning of the page, right? The new start that will clearly happen for Coach KDB and being able to build his team now the way that he wants to build it from the ground up. I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing week. Y'all stay winning as long as your team is not playing mine. My Cowboys play tonight, Monday Night Football. Y'all stay winning and y'all stay free.